guys, so I feel so special today because our new addition to the show is keeping me in Namibia. That's the first part. And then the second part, she said she's going to treat me today to dinner at one of these restaurants here in Windhoek. So we're going to go in here and show you guys what it's like to be on a date with Z. Yeah, that's her stage name, Z.
So tonight we are here at Joe's Beer House. It's very beautiful, very lovely, and also my forehead is popping. Anyways.
Alright. So, we're gonna ask her why she picked this restaurant, and we're gonna see what they got on the menu and what type of people are in here. Z, so what made you bring me to this restaurant today?
Okay, so first and foremost, I haven't been here in such a long time, hey? And it's just such a beautiful vibe. It's like you are basically in nature. And I mean, it's Joe's Beer House. It's beautiful. It's lovely. And I've never really tried out their food. So I was like, let me bring you here. And, you know, I just wanted to do something nice for you.
Yeah, so you want me to put the ranch on your salad today?
Yeah.
And cut the food up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to cut her food up for her today. I already pulled out the chair for her.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry, she's in good hands.
Definitely.
Give you guys a new announcement. We're officially going to be moving in together. I will no longer be coming back to Kenya. Bobby and I sat down and weighed the pros and cons, and I think he said it's just best that I just stay here and tie the knot and stay in Namibia. Does that sound about right to you?
Of course it does.
Oh. You guys notice that I'm drunk more often. She's part of the reason that is happening. And she just ordered us 2 Long Islands. She also said only put 2 ice cubes, which means that they can't cheat it. Hopefully they don't try to supplement it with more Coke. But I think they'll put alcohol. That's what they did at the last place. So, but I'm in good hands. That's what I really meant to say the first thing. She's been keeping me in good hands the entire time. That's why I'm just so warm-hearted right now. And I think it's in our best decisions to just stay here and continue providing y'all with this content. Listen, I got messages from people that I haven't talked to in years saying, Austin, you found your wife over there in Namibia. You need to stay over there, brother. I was reading her body language. She ain't nobody never looked at you like that, Austin. My mama was calling me. Everybody was calling me. So I want y'all to leave in the comments. What do y'all think? Do y'all have the same first instinct or what? We're officially getting our Long Island Monday started. So oh, wait, no, she'll pray with me. Yeah, that's right. Both got the same. We got matching plates. We only got matching plates because I didn't feel like looking at the menu. Really good French fries. Ronald, if you're watching this video, it's just like the local grill French fries. So we're gonna give you guys a pan around the room and show everybody. So this is the back. If you're coming from this, it has a Joe's Crab Shack type of vibe, and it has like a gecko that's in Kenya vibe. Like this is like the same concept as far as like the bikes everywhere and bottles and wooden chairs and all this kind of stuff. Go ahead. You got birds in the cage over here. Fish in the pond over here. Yeah, so it has that Joe's Crab Shack type of vibe to it. Crocodile. So she wants to go to another spot so we can have another drink. So we're about to go over there, and after that we'll go home because we have to move again tomorrow and then move back to the place we were at. We have a photo spot for Joe's Beer House. I'm sitting here with Z today, and she is from Namibia, and we are in Windhoek, Namibia. And she is a radio host, which is a great addition to the show. So I thought I should bring her on for an interview about her backstory, who she is, and what got her into the industry she's in now, maybe even what's the future. So, first of all, how would you describe your radio personality in just 3 words?
Authentic, insightful, and approachable.
And why do you say that?
Because on air, I'm literally just me. I am just Anzal that you will find in your everyday life. I'm very approachable because I always tell stories about myself as well in order to make it more relatable so that people can be easy, like they could feel like I'm easily approachable and they can just talk to me about literally any and everything.
Okay, and what's one thing about Namibians you would say you wish the world understood better?
The fact that we are literally a community, as much as we can be a tribalist country, we are also very united. Like Namibians are very united. We do stand up for each other, and yeah, we have each other's backs.
So elaborate on tribalism, because I know for a fact, whenever Americans hear tribalism, we don't think about ethnic. I would reword it as like ethnic clashes. But when Americans hear tribalism, they think that you're running around here with spears and stuff. So can you tell them exactly what tribalism is?
Okay, so tribalism is basically Namibia has a lot of tribes. We have the Oshivambo, the Herero, and under the Oshivambo, there's different dialects as well. So we have them, we have the Hereros, we have the Namas, the Kalits, the Basters. We have some Ovahimbas. We let Caprivians. You see, I can't even keep up with all of them. But yes, we do have a lot of tribes, which results like into basically tribal clashes. So it's just the tribes that we have.
And which tribe do you belong to?
I am very mixed, but I would say in simple terms, I am Namakale.
Okay, so you're Nama colored. Okay, and I
Yeah.
guess I could see it in your face. So Nama are the people that I like to say on my channel that y'all look Asian, kind of.
Yeah, because of like the features, like the skin as well. I'm a bit more yellow, but Nama people are very milky. Yeah.
Okay, and so how would you, back to the entertainment side of things, how would you describe the vibe of Windhoek's creative scene at this moment?
Well, I don't really know how to properly answer that question. But I feel like our creative scene could be way better if we just support each other. Because yeah, Namibia, one thing about Namibians, we really don't care. We don't care who you are. We don't care where you come from. Namibians are just, I don't know. I don't know how to properly describe it. But our entertainment scene it could be way better, especially now. It's picking up now because we're putting Namibia on the map again. So yeah, I feel like if our people supported our Namibian artists and, like people, the event curators and people like that, if they supported them more, we would be booming. But we're getting there.
Okay, so what would you say is holding back that support? Because from what it sounds like to me is that you're saying that that particular industry is underappreciated or unrecognized,
Yeah,
and
very
so why do you
underappreciated.
feel that y'all don't support each other? I mean, I know you said that y'all don't care, but I think it might be a little deeper. We could go in on that.
I feel like that is the main reason. Like Namibians are very nonchalant in a way. Like we really do not really that we don't care like that, but everybody just be minding their own business. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a cultural thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so whenever you go into work, how do you prepare yourself mentally before you go on air?
So one thing about being a radio host is you can get a death notice now, and within 2 minutes you have to be live on air, and you have to be very. Austin was just frightened, startled by the birds, but anyways, so you. Well, where was I
So
again?
you're saying, like, so for example, as a content creator in general, I can relate to what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
It doesn't
because
matter if you're having a
you have
bad
to
day.
engage with your
Yeah.
audience, right? They don't know, they don't gotta know about everything that's going on with you because they are tuning in so that they can feel better as well. They're tuning in because you bring the vibe and all these things, like just as a creative. And yeah, so before I go on air, the way that I would prepare myself usually is just by listening to music loud in the studio or putting on my headphones, listening to the music and, just vibing with it before I go in there, forgetting about everything that might have like really been a Debbie Downer throughout the day and just enjoying the music and getting into the vibe.
Well, wait. So, if for somebody watching, I think that they would have a question like this. Yes, we understand that you have to be on point, but everybody cannot do that. I do it because I'm a content creator as well. But so, from this perspective, I can say this. Would you say that there has to be something internally about you that has to be able to handle that? So, like, it's just like dealing with people that are trolling you in the comments. You have to be secure with yourself first to always be on point.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be at a state of peace. Would you say that's right?
Yeah.
To
You have
always
to be in charge of your emotions.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in more simpler terms.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess that
You have
answers
to
that
know how
question.
to dibble and dabble, like the saying is.
Correct. So now I want you to go into your radio mode and I want you to say something in your radio voice that would instantly make somebody's day better. Because you said people tune in to feel better about themselves and they listen to you. They look forward to listening to you. So give me something in your radio voice.
Okay, so first and foremost, I always hear about this radio voice, but I don't, my natural voice is the radio voice. So for me, I just speak out of my stomach. And also, I call my listeners darlings. So what I would basically say is, G'day, my darling. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if not, it's about to get better.
Okay, so charismatic and soothing
Yeah.
is your radio voice.
Yeah.
And do you think that somebody can be born with that, or is that something they have to practice? Because you said naturally yours is a radio voice, so is that something you're born with, you feel? But somebody else, can they practice their way into that?
Mm-hmm. I feel like practice really makes perfect. Some people, you study for it and all these things, but most people in the radio industry specifically, most of them it's because of experience. Most of the legends that I know was due to experience. Like they just worked hard, they were consistent with it. So I feel like even if you're not born with it, you can still, as long as you are consistent with it and you build a passion around it, then yeah.
Okay, so what first inspired you to actually get into this industry of being on air on the radio? Was it a moment, or was it somebody in your life, or do you feel it was just a divine right?
I feel like it was just a divine right. The reason why I say that is because at first I wanted to study education. But I've always loved radio. I've always loved radio. I grew up in the 90s, the early 2000s. So radio was basically, it was our entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that I always had that passion subconsciously mainly, and I am very into theater. I'm into entertainment. And when I came to Windhoek, I was actually supposed to come upgrade my subjects, but then it took a turn. The universe was like, whoa, hold up. Um, you actually have to study radio. So I studied radio and I fell in love with it all over again. And I know it might be a dying industry, but I don't think so. That's why you have podcasts and stuff like this. It's basically like our radio, like yeah.
So I think what you're saying is that that skill that you're developing from being on radio every day is something that could transition into something else that is timeless.
Yeah, definitely. But the main thing I wanted to say, can you quickly read that question again, or can you quickly ask the question?
What inspired you to get on radio? Was it a moment, a person, or the divine right?
Yeah, there was also a person. Her name is Maggie Forciero. She's a newsreader, and I just love the way that she carried herself, the way she articulated, and all that. So she actually made me fall more in love with radio. So yeah.
Okay. And where is she from?
She's from Vinton.
Okay, she's
She's
from
a
Vinton.
newsreader. Her name is Maggie Forciero. As you can hear, it just slips off the tongue. It sounds so good. But yeah.
So what is the most unexpected or embarrassing or funny thing that's ever happened to you while you've been on air?
The most embarrassing thing I would say is my mic was on um, and I was there blabbing nonsense. And that was like when I got into radio. So ever since then, I always make sure my mic is off, or like before I go on, I make sure my mic is on. The other embarrassing thing that happened to me was the computers just shut down. So I'm there, I'm in the middle of a segment, and I quickly had to, like, you know, find my feet and jump into it, because when it comes to being on air or maybe like live on TV or stuff like that, then you have to really think on your feet. You have to be able to improvise. So that was the most embarrassing thing. I was just like, so my lovely people. Yeah, so it was kind of awkward, but I knew how to downplay it.
You have to have fast reflexes, and
Yeah.
I definitely understand what you're saying. So
Mhm.
you kind of touched on this earlier, but being authentic, I guess being at peace with yourself, how do you, there's a lot of people that, for example, in the content creation space, there's a lot of people that put up a facade for the public. But I know you personally, and I don't think that's you. So I want to ask you, how do you balance being authentic while still maintaining a professionalism when you're on air every day?
I had a really great mentor. I can't say his name, but most of the Namibians do know him. He's a legend in the radio industry. He was my old boss. And I really did have a great mentor. So for me, I'm very I'm just myself. But then again, sometimes I can be too playful, which doesn't attract the audience that most of the radio stations want. So the way that I would basically jiggle and jaggle between the two is just being myself, but then also remembering for segments like, current affairs or like the news and stuff like that. I have to tame myself again and round my words more. And I have to think, like, usually what I do is I have a person in my mind that I talk to. So some segments I would be like, okay, now I'm talking to a 35-year-old, and I would tame myself into that again. Because remember, I mentioned that I did acting as well. Like, I love theater. So that really helps me to, dibble and dabble between the two.
Okay, this is a great answer. So, in your opinion, what would you say makes the radio in Namibia different from other countries' radio cultures like the United States? Like what is significant to Namibia?
Authenticity.
Okay.
I would definitely say that, because with our stations, we switch between the languages. The nice thing is most people in Namibia can speak 4 to 5 languages, which is basically our native languages, and then English, of course, and then maybe some of the languages abroad. So what we do is, what I've realized, that most of the radio personalities here in Namibia, what they do is we dibble it, like we go between the two languages, make the people feel more like comfortable, and like they can really talk to this person. And that is also what we do. We call it Namlish. So we mix our mother tongue with English. So it's Namlish basically. So I would say the authenticity, definitely. It's different from the authenticity or whatever of presenters in South Africa. But I feel like presenters in South Africa and presenters in Namibia, we kind of like carry the same. It's just for them, it's more of like a serious thing.
Yeah, I think y'all have a historical connection.
Yeah, we
at
do.
some
We
point.
really
Yeah.
do. So the connection is still there, you know. We have a lot of things in common as well. But with other radio stations, like outside of South Africa and Namibia, I would say that our authenticity, the level of our authentic level is way different from that of somebody in the States that's a presenter, or somebody in another, I don't know, another country, whatever. So yeah, it's just the authenticity. It's way different.
Okay, and if your microphone could talk, because that's the only one that sees you in that studio by itself, what is one secret it would expose about you if it was a person?
Yo, well, it's a secret, isn't it?
Okay, so I guess we'll leave it at that. It's a secret. I would love to figure out what that secret is. So anyway, you guys, that is Z. You guys will be seeing more of her on the channel. She is here in Windhoek, Namibia, and I appreciate you coming on for this interview.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you
for
very.
having me.
All right.